I wasn't going to come here. As you can see, I have this yellow paper in my hand. There's 2 separate testimonies, and I'm not speaking on any of them. I'm speaking from my heart.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening, council members. My name is Luciana Toda. I'm actually originally from Brazil, but I have been living here in Kauai for the last 5 years. I have a degree in agronomy and a master in entomology. I actually worked with organic during my whole undergrad. I work even with aquaponic, which is extremely expensive. And one thing that I've learned is that those systems are beautiful. It worked, but unfortunately does not feed the world. Hands down, does not feed the world. I want to let you guys, council member, know that what we do here in Kauai, it matters. And not only matters here for Kauai or Hawaii, it matters for the entire world. One of the arguments of the opposition is that we don't create food. Yes, we do. Every time you go to the mainland, you see all the corn out there. I'm proud to say that that corn, at one point in life, came from Kauai or Hawaii. It came from here. Because what we do here, we're not experimenting with GMO. We're creating products that do help to feed the world, do help to change how the agriculture is done in the entire world. I'm proud to say that I'm a scientist and I work for Syngenta. And I'm a firm believer that what I do here, I am change the world. And if this bill passed, it will not only change our lives in Kauai, will change the agriculture in the United States as well as the entire world. Please look in information. Thank you. I'm strongly opposed to the bill.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, council members. My name is Robin Robinson. I work for Syngenta. I oppose Bill 2491. Little personal history. My grandparents moved to Waimea 100 years ago. Both my father and my mother, born and raised in Waimea. Grew up there. My brothers and I, born and raised in Waimea. My brothers' families are born and raised in Waimea, and their families. So 4 generations. My father worked for Kikaha Sugar for 50 years, starting when he was 18, retired at 68. No issues. Lived into his 90s. My mother took care of him and took care of us, raised in Waimea. She's 97, lives by herself, writes her own checks, cooks her own meals, doesn't use a wheelchair, no walker, no cane. She wanted to come testify tonight. I was afraid to ever come talk to you guys. You know, in 97, you don't have to worry about what you would say. You just tell it all. Anyway, I chose as a career to be an agronomist, a dirt farmer out there in the fields. And I was for the sugarcane companies first. That's all we did was defend what we did. And I asked these people who were throwing stones at us, what are we going to do then? After the sugar company popped, what? They said, oh, the seed companies waiting for take this land. I said, you sure? Now look. So they're right. What these people telling you, and what I'm telling you, we're doing nothing wrong. We have nothing to be ashamed of. But we're here to defend ourselves because we're being demonized. It's not right.
But I'd like to share something with you that I shared with my students when I was teaching them. And that was that Google is not research. Facebook is not research. And I told them that because I wanted them to find the real science. I think you've been presented with a lot of real science here tonight. You've also been presented with a lot of pseudoscience, a lot of conjecture, and a lot of opinion. And I do not envy you the job of parsing that out. But I am confident that once you do, you'll find that the science behind our industry is sound and proven. I think you'll find that the regulation of our industry by the federal government and the state government as it stands is very comprehensive. I would also like to say that corporations are made up of people, a lot of people. A lot of them are here tonight. I've heard people stand up here, other folks stand up here tonight and say they feel sorry for us. Please don't feel sorry for us. We're intelligent human beings. We're not drones. We work for these companies because we believe in what we do. We also believe that each and every one of our fellow employees cares about our safety and our health. We believe that each and every one of our fellow employees, all the way up to the CEOs of these companies, care about the environment's safety and health. So please don't feel sorry for us. We love what we do. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
We're being demonized. Our names and our reputations are being smeared, and we're here to defend our name and defend our reputation because we have nothing to be ashamed of. As a citizen, I oppose this bill because I just don't think that fear is a good basis for sound public policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
I had a near miss with pesticides. I did have that. And my crew at the time saved me from getting sprayed. We were on our way to a field in a van with the window rolled down, and I suddenly heard, "Roll up your window." When I did, there was a spray of mist on our windshield and our passenger seat window. And I looked over to the side of the road and I saw a county worker spraying weeds in the wind, and the pesticide had hit our van, and I'm lucky I didn't get hit.
Good evening, County Council and Mayor. My name is Micah Fanilla, and I am a resident of Kauai. I live in Keikaha. I've been on island for 3.5 years, my husband 19 years, and we have a beautiful 1-year-old daughter who is healthy and was born at KVMH. I work at Syngenta. I am their Human Resources Manager, and I'm very proud to be up here supporting the employees, and what they do is safe. I just wanted to, there's more people here that can share more information. I just wanted the employees to know that I'm here representing them. I believe in them. I'm proud of them. I'm also very proud that we rolled out an internship program on island. It was very successful. We did it in partnership with Waimea High School. Syngenta and companies like Syngenta provide opportunities to students on the island. Our whole goal was to inspire them to continue their education. It wasn't an agenda. So Syngenta does a lot of great things in the community. We're out there and we're present. We're so proud that 4 students went through this program. We didn't hold a gun to their head. They signed up on their own accord. Some of the students were actually afraid of what we do. And they even asked the question, well, where am I going to find that secret building where all the needles are hidden? We said, go look on your own. Look anywhere you want. There's nothing that we have to hide. And when they were done with their internship, they were so proud of what they had been through. They felt safe. And they're out there now in the community talking about their story. I hope to see more students come through. They need to learn about agriculture and how safe we are. So that's just the story that I wanted to share. I'm healthy. The employees that I work with are healthy. And I'm very proud to work for Syngenta. Thank you.
We are so much drilled on safety that a guy went home with his safety glasses, clear safety glasses, jumped in a shower and took a shower. How safe is that? I mean, we're thinking about our future, our kids, our family, and our friends.
Yes, I am wearing a blue shirt. I do work for Syngenta. I am proud that I work for Syngenta. I moved to this island 5 years ago because the work that we do here is hugely important to this world. And this bill that I am in major opposition to will limit our ability to do that. And we can sit here and say that it's only a right to know bill. It is not only a right to know bill. We are requiring all experimental GMO to go into an enclosed structure. That is not right to know. That is an entirely different stipulation. Most of the people have said most of the things that I'm mostly opposed with. The biggest one is that it is definitely targeted. I think that the 500-foot buffer zone is arbitrary. I don't think that there's any science behind that. If there is, I would love to know. And the biggest thing to me is that, so the restrictions are triggered by restricted use pesticides, okay? But the restrictions also cover general use pesticides. So companies that use restricted use are now being monitored on everything and double regulated. But again, it keeps coming up, what about the people who aren't using restricted use? They can buy gallons and gallons of Roundup and spray it wherever they want. And that's not just the average person at Home Depot, that's any company that wants to do that. So I guess my position is that if we're worried about the environment, let's find a good way to fix this problem. I don't think targeting companies is the way to do it. I think that no matter who sprays a chemical, it's still spraying it. If it's not safe, let's find a way to make it safe. I fully believe that it's safe. I think that the people that work in the companies. We're not dumb, we're not drones, we're not being lied to by our companies. There's a lot of anti-big business going on here, but we choose to work there. I chose to work there. I don't think I'm not intelligent, but all day long I've sat here and listened to my intelligence be attacked, being told that I'm being lied to and I don't know it. And it's really hard to not get emotional because I'm not stupid. I wouldn't be doing stuff that, I wouldn't be out in the field running around while people are spraying harmful things. I have a family here. It's very frustrating for someone in our position to sit and listen to ourselves be demonized. And please, take into account all sides. That's all we ask of you. Make the best decision that you can. And I am 100% in opposition to this bill as it is written.
I am opposed to the bill as written because the bill will force the shutdown of the agribusiness community as we know it. As a support contractor to the agribusiness community, this will devastate our company. As of January 1, 2014, as the bill is written, we will be forced to lay off 16 of our 19 employees should this pass. Do you have jobs ready for those 16 employees? It's a yes or no question. Will you go with me to each of those individuals' homes and tell them they have lost their job? We are but one of many small businesses on Kauai that derive a portion of our revenues from the ag community. Will other small businesses also be forced to close or reduce greatly the number of employees in their employ? With regards to safety, which this bill is supposed to address, these companies have very strict guidelines for us. We are required to attend safety classes on a quarterly basis. If the job at hand is outside of our normal scope of work, we have additional safety instructions to carry out those tasks. We have to provide certified OSHA EMR 200 and 300 certificates each and every year. We are a better company because of the safety practices we have learned and are learning each and every day. The ag community is not only concerned with our well-being, but also that of the community. Please do not pass 2491.
What in this bill would cause you to fire employees?
If you reduce greatly the amount of acreage that these people can farm, that reduces the amount of people that they need to farm with. That in turn reduces the amount of services that we need to provide. It's cause and effect.
Thank you.
Kristen Ma. I've lived in Ella Ella and worked at the DuPont Pioneer Waimea Research Station over 8 years. Again today, although I'll be talking about my work, I'm speaking for myself as a registered voter, as a scientist with degrees in plant breeding, as a mother, and as a resident of Kauai, which is my home and my family's home. Supporters of 2491 would like you to believe there isn't already regulation of the development process for genetically engineered crops, when in fact there is a lot of regulation. Permit applications to the USDA are very detailed, describing each gene to be introduced and its origin and purpose, along with the planned acreage amount, the site GPS coordinates, and specification of a detailed protocol for the steps of the development process. There are reviews of this information at both federal and state levels, and the HDOA specifies additional required conditions that are specific to Hawaii. Every step from mapping through planting, pollination, harvest, storage, and shipment is designed to provide physical or reproductive containment of USDA-regulated materials. In the planting stage, isolation distances are established for each future field planting area, and GPS coordinates are recorded. For each planting, there's a planter cleaning process with a checklist and documentation. As the plants grow, periodic field notes document the development of plants and their reproductive containment. These field notes and planting and pollination dates are routinely documented and reported to the USDA and HDOA. At harvest, there are identification tags and separate harvest bags for each harvested group of plants, and additional reports and documentation. Then there are more cleaning steps for processing equipment. Any repackaging is done in a labeled area with controls to keep each seed where it belongs. After After harvest, there are repeated visits to the previously planted field area every 2 weeks to prevent any remaining plant from flowering. Shipment packaging materials are also selected to provide containment, and each shipment with USDA regulated material is documented in detail and inspected by a USDA official. Even the discard process is carefully designed to control the fate of any grain or seeds being discarded. In the past 12 months at my workplace, there have been 11 inspection visits by the USDA APHIS Biotechnology Regulatory Service. Separately, there have been 5 inspection visits by the HGUA for genetically engineered plants. Processing and storage areas and equipment, machinery, planting areas, labeling, training, written protocols, maps, reports, and other documentation may be included in each inspection. I oppose Bill 2491 as it would duplicate existing regulations. New genetically engineered plants are extensively regulated. Learning, understanding, and complying with the existing regulations is no small matter. It's a full-time job. I know this firsthand because it's my full-time job. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm not so sure that some of you in blue haven't edged me over the other way a little bit. So I'm not going to wave, I say yes.